Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where today we're talking the new patch 1.18 update for WWE 2K22. Is the new update which comes in at around 2GB on console and a whopping 40GB on Steam, brings with it 16 brand new alternate superstars. Now we're going to go through all of the new additions in a moment, but before we do, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest wrestling game news, then please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. So let's talk the new patch 1.18 update, which on the surface doesn't look to have made many changes, though behind the scenes there's actually a lot going on, as this patch includes 16 new alternate superstars. Now before we get too excited, there is a caveat to this, as while the patch does include a host of new models, as with previous patch updates, they're all exclusive to my faction, as they're not available in other modes such as Exhibition, at least not officially, though some of the models have made their way onto community creations which you can download and then use in other modes. So let's run through the models, starting out with Stone Cold Steve Austin, as Twitter user Nova Hill Female has revealed this new version of Austin, which is based on his 2003 run as co-general manager of Raw, with this model featuring Austin's stunner ink shirt, jean shorts and double knee brace. This model looks to be included in some kind of throwback pack, as alongside this version of Austin, we also have a 2003 version of Randy Orton, with this version of Orton being based on his early days as the Legend Killer, complete with his original blue and yellow attire. While this model is hidden, this one can actually be downloaded from community creations, as Twitter user World's Finest has uploaded this under the hashtag #CallAndCom. Unlike the Stone Cold model, the Orton one doesn't appear to be finished, as while the face and tattoos are updated, the hair on the model is still missing, which is something that is also true for some of the other models that were added. Moving on, and the next new model that we have is a throwback version of Big E, with this version based on his time in NXT. As with Orton, this one is also available to download using the hashtag #CallAndCom, as it too is uploaded by World's Finest. While the model features Big E's NXT attire from the time that he was known as Big E Langston, it actually comes with his New Day entrance, but you can switch this out for his old entrance by heading into Create an Entrance and changing this to the old one. Along with Big E, we also have a throwback version of Roman Reigns, with this version based on the short run that he had in NXT prior to being called up to the main roster. Again, this one can be downloaded from community creations using the hashtag #CallAndCom, which will give you access to this early version of Roman Reigns sporting black and red trunks, though you might want to switch the entrance motion, as this one also features Roman's current motion. Continuing on with the throwback models, next up we have the gold standard Shelton Benjamin, with this version of Shelton featuring bleached blonde hair and golden trunks. If you want to get your hands on this version of Shelton, What's the Status has uploaded it under the hashtag Shelton Benjamin, though the upload features Shelton's regular attire rather than the new one. Moving on, we also have a throwback model for Sami Zayn, with this model featuring his red and black attire from NXT, though like the Orton model, this one isn't yet complete as it's missing the hair, which would suggest that this one won't be appearing in my faction anytime soon, as it will require another patch to finish it off. Also requiring another patch is the NXT version of Seth Rollins, as 2K have added in Seth's black and yellow attire from his early days in NXT and FCW, though just like Sami's model, this one is also missing the hair, so we'll likely see that added to the model in a future update. Speaking of models receiving an update, the Sasha Banks model that was previously added to the game in patch 1.17 has now been updated, as originally that model was missing the hair, though that has since been added in this latest update. The bad news though is that the model still can't be downloaded from community creations, as attempting to download it will throw up an error message that the content is damaged. Also receiving a throwback model, we have Bianca Belair, as 2K have included this NXT version of Bianca featuring darker makeup to match her black and gold outfit, with this outfit dating back to 2020. Again, if you want access to this model minus the attire, Status has got you covered as he's already uploaded this to community creations. Moving on, and this next model is a really interesting addition, as so far we've only seen throwback attires added, though as you can see from these screenshots, this update also added a new Judgement Day attire for Edge. Now this version is just an attire update, as it does use the same Edge model that was seen in the base game, however this is the first instance of 2K including a new attire that was worn after the game was released. As for the reason, I would like to think that they plan to offer up new attires in the future to help keep the game up to date, but it could also be that this was the attire they plan to use in 2K23, though after Edge split from Judgement Day, they may have decided to offer this up in my faction instead. Regardless of the reason, it's an interesting addition, and it's not the only updated superstar that they've added, as alongside Edge, the update also contains a new Judgement Day version of Rhea Ripley, with this version of Rhea featuring her original Judgement Day attire and black makeup, as well as the addition of her stomach tattoo. If you want to get your hands on this version of Rhea, you can find it on Community Creations under the hashtag Rhea Ripley, though the uploaded version features her regular attire rather than the new one. Along with the new versions of the current day superstars, also receiving an update, we have this new orange attire for the Ultimate Warrior, with this new version based on Warrior's 1992 run when he teamed up with Randy Savage as the Ultimate Maniacs. This one was also uploaded by World's Finest, therefore you can pick this up using the hashtag #CallAndCom. Staying with Legends, a new version of Andre the Giant based on his 1986 run is also included, as this version of Andre sees him sporting blue trunks, though like some of the other models, this one is also missing the hair. If you don't mind the short-haired version of Andre though, you can grab this one from Community Creations by searching for the hashtag #CallAndCom. For our next superstar to see an update, we have Alexa Bliss, who features a brand new model, as this patch includes a new version of Alexa that features an updated face, with the model also coming with the unused Firefly Funhouse dress that was featured in the Creation Suite. If you want to get your hands on this version of Alexa, then this one can be downloaded by searching for the hashtag #CallAndCom, though you will notice that the hair on the model isn't quite complete, as the pigtails don't include any hair physics, though that's something that I expect to be fixed in the next patch update. Also new, we have a second version of Randy Orton that's been added, with this version being Orton's most recent look from earlier this year, where we've seen him sporting a tash and a goatee. As with a lot of the other attires, this one was also uploaded by What's the Status using the hashtag Randy Orton, though it too features Randy's regular attire rather than the new one. Finally, another star receiving a second update is Seth Rollins, as along with the throwback NXT attire, 2K have also added in a much more recent version of Rollins, as this new version appears to be based on Seth's current Visionary persona with this new blue and green attire. So that's all of the new superstar models that were added as part of the patch update. It is great to see 2K continue to add to the game and offer up new content, though at the same time, what I will say is having all of these new updates locked behind a paywall in my faction is really disappointing, as even if you were to throw a ton of money at that mode trying to pull these stars, then there's no guarantee that you will be able to get them, nor can you use them outside of the mode once you do, and that really doesn't make a lot of sense. Now personally, I think that these updates should be included in Exhibition and all of the other game modes, as it gives players a constant stream of new updates to keep the game fresh, whereas locking them behind a paywall means that they're only available to a minority of players that play that mode and are willing to spend money, while everyone else, including those that paid for a season pass, are left with no new content to use. Anyway guys, that's my opinion on this, but I would love to know what you make of it, so let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you're not already, please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications to stay up to date with all the latest wrestling game news. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.